इश्क में एक पल की भी जुदाई, इश्क में एक पल की भी जुदाई लगती है एक साल। इश्क में एक पल की भी जुदाई लगती है एक साल। तेरी कसम तेरे प्यार में साजन मेरा हुआ बुरा हाल। ओए 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 मेरा हुआ बुरा हाल। इश्क में एक पल की भी जुदाई लगती है एक साल। तेरी कसम तेरे प्यार में साजन मेरा हुआ बुरा हाल। ओए 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 मेरा हुआ बुरा हाल।
तेरी कसम तेरे प्यार में साजन मेरा हुआ बुरा हाल। ओए 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 मेरा हुआ बुरा हाल।
चाहत में दो जहां हम भुला बैठे, भुला बैठे।
पलकों में सपने हम सजा बैठे, सजा बैठे।
दूर जाके दिलरुबा दिल नहीं लगता, नहीं लगता।
जिस्म जान से अब जुदा हो नहीं सकता, नहीं सकता।
रात दिन तड़पेंगे जान से जाएंगे,
बिछड़ के दिलबर से नहीं रह पाएंगे।
ओ, आठों पहर अब जाने तमन्ना रहता है तेरा ख्याल। तेरी कसम तेरे प्यार में साजन मेरा हुआ बुरा हाल। ओए 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 मेरा हुआ बुरा हाल। ओ मेरा हुआ बुरा हाल। हाय, मेरा हुआ बुरा हाल।
गुजरेंगे मेरे दिन अब घड़ी गिन गिन, घड़ी गिन गिन।
अब जीना तेरे बिन है नहीं मुमकिन, नहीं मुमकिन।
तू बसा है मेरी जान, मेरी नस नस में, नस नस में।
तोड़ दूंगा प्यार में मैं सभी रस में, सभी रस में।
तेरी तो दुनिया है तेरी दो बाहों में,
मेरी भी मंजिल है वफा की राहों में। इश्क में एक पल की भी जुदाई लगती है एक साल। तेरी कसम तेरे प्यार में साजन मेरा हुआ बुरा हाल। ओए 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 मेरा हुआ बुरा हाल। ओ मेरा हुआ बुरा हाल। ओ मेरा हुआ बुरा हाल।
शिकवा करो या शिकायत करो, शिकवा करो या शिकायत करो, पर मैं तुझी से मुहब्बत करूं, पर मैं तुझी से मुहब्बत करूं।
बागी बनूं या बगावत करूं, बागी बनूं या बगावत करूं, पर मैं तुझी से मुहब्बत करूं, पर मैं तुझी से मुहब्बत करूं।
मोहब्बत में अक्सर लड़ाई हुई है, मगर ना कभी भी जुदाई हुई है। मोहब्बत में अक्सर लड़ाई हुई है, मगर ना कभी भी जुदाई हुई है।
सारे जहां के सितम मुझको दे दे, आजा सनम अपने गम मुझको दे दे।
खाके कसम कहती हूँ सनम, तुझसे मैं पहली बार नफरत करूँ या अदावत करूँ, नफरत करूँ या अदावत करूँ, पर मैं तुझी से मुहब्बत करूँ, पर मैं तुझी से मुहब्बत करूँ।
मुझको भी आता है वादा निभाना, तेरे लिए छोड़ दूंगा जमाना। मुझको भी आता है वादा निभाना, तेरे लिए छोड़ दूंगा जमाना।
मैं भी निभाऊंगी चाहत की कसमें, तोड़ूंगी मैं सारी दुनिया की रस्में।
खुशियाँ मिले प्यार में चाहे गम, होंगे जुदा हम नया। रूठूं या तुझसे शरारत करूं, रूठूं या तुझसे शरारत करूं, करूं, पर मैं तुझी से मोहब्बत करूं।
शिकवा करो या शिकायत करो,
बागी बनूं या बगावत करूं,
मैं तुझी से मोहब्बत करूं,
पर मैं तुझी से मोहब्बत करूं।
मैं तुझी से मोहब्बत करूं,
पर मैं तुझी से मोहब्बत करूं। दिल पागल दीवाना है ये प्यार करेगा, दिल पागल दीवाना है ये प्यार करेगा। ये कब डरा है दुनिया से जो अब डरेगा, ये प्यार में धड़का है ये प्यार से धड़केगा। ये प्यार में धड़का है ये प्यार से धड़केगा। ये कब डरा है दुनिया से जो अब डरेगा। दिल पागल दीवाना है ये प्यार करेगा। ये कब डरा है दुनिया से जो अब डरेगा। तख्तों ताज की परवाह नहीं करता, रस्मों रिवाज की परवाह नहीं करता। दौलत से खरीदोगे तो इनकार करेगा, दौलत से खरीदोगे तो इनकार करेगा। ये कब डरा है दुनिया से जो अब डरेगा। दिल पागल दीवाना है ये प्यार करेगा। ये कब डरा है दुनिया से जो अब डरेगा। ज़मीं रोके मगर हम रुक न पाएंगे। दीवारें तोड़ के सारी हम तुमसे मिलने आएंगे। फलक रोके ज़मीं रोके मगर हम रुक न पाएंगे। दीवारें तोड़ के सारी हम तुमसे मिलने आएंगे। मोहब्बत झुक नहीं सकती ज़माने के झुकाने से। मोहब्बत मिट नहीं सकती ज़माने के मिटाने से। कहता नहीं है दिल करके दिखाएगा। तूफान में चाहत की शम्मा जलाएगा। ये जुर्मे वफा दिल तो करेगा। ये जुर्मे वफा दिल को 100 बार करेगा। ये कब डरा है दुनिया से जो अब डरेगा। दिल पागल दीवाना है ये प्यार करेगा। ये कब डरा है दुनिया से जो अब डरेगा। ये प्यार में धड़का है ये प्यार से धड़केगा। ये कब डरा है दुनिया से जो अब डरेगा। दिल पागल दीवाना है ये प्यार करेगा। नहीं ये हो नहीं सकता कि तेरी याद ना आए। बिना तेरे कहीं भी दिल मेरा अब चैन ना पाए। तुझे भूलने से पहले मेरी जान चली जाए। तुझे भूलने से पहले मेरी जान चली जाए। नहीं ये हो नहीं सकता कि तेरी याद ना आए। बिना तेरे कहीं भी दिल मेरा अब चैन ना पाए। तुझे भूलने से पहले मेरी जान चली जाए। तुझे भूलने से पहले मेरी जान चली जाए। ओ 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 मेरी जान चली जाए। अगर मुझ पे यकीन ना हो मुझे तुम आजमा लेना। मैं तुमसे प्यार करता हूँ जहाँ चाहे बुला लेना। तोड़ूंगा ना ये वादे वफा ये वादे वफा। मैं आशिक हूँ दीवाना हूँ कोई क्या मुझको समझाए। नहीं ये हो नहीं सकता कि तेरी याद ना आए। तुझे भूलने से पहले मेरी जान चली जाए। तुझे भूलने से पहले मेरी जान चली जाए। ओ 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 मेरी जान चली जाए।
नहीं ये हो नहीं सकता कि तेरी याद ना आए। बिना तेरे कहीं भी दिल मेरा अब चैन ना पाए। तुझे भूलने से पहले मेरी जान चली जाए। तुझे भूलने से मोहब्बत की हदों से हम चलो आगे निकल जाए, बसा ले घर दिलों में हम, न दुनिया को नजर आए। चुपके सुने धड़कनों की सदा, धड़कनों की सदा, मेरी दीवानगी दिल पर तेरे सर की कसम खाए, नहीं हो नहीं सकता कि तेरी याद ना आए। तुझे भूलने से पहले मेरी जान चली जाए, तुझे भूलने से पहले मेरी जान चली जाए, मेरी जान चली जाए, मेरी जान चली जाए, ओ मेरी जान चली जाए, मेरी जान चली जाए।
नहीं ये हो नहीं सकता कि तेरी याद ना आए, बिना तेरे कहीं भी दिल मेरा अब चैन ना पाए। तुझे भूलने से पहले मेरी जान चली जाए,
तुझे भूलने से पहले मेरी जान चली जाए,
तुझे भूलने से पहले मेरी जान चली जाए।
तुझे भूलने से पहले मेरी जान चली जाए।
turn on notifications. Emma and John were like so many other couples. Married for 12 years, they had built a comfortable life centered around routine and daily habits. Emma, with her gentle nature, took care of the house with care, while John, methodical and attentive, made sure everything was in order. But as the years went by, something subtle began to change. The spark that once warmed their relationship started to fade slowly, almost imperceptibly. In the early years, the passion was evident in every look, in every touch. Just being together brought a joy that didn't need words to be expressed. They understood each other, shared dreams and plans, and their love seemed invincible. But time, relentless, began to weave monotony into their lives. Dinner table conversations became predictable, the affection less frequent, and routine took over what was once new and exciting. Emma, sensitive to the changes, started to feel the weight of this monotony. There were days when she looked at John and wondered where the man who made her laugh until she cried had gone, the man who surprised her with little gestures and made her feel like the only woman in the world. She knew he still loved her, but something was different. The sparkle in John's eyes had become a reflection of what once was. He felt the change too, but in his way, thought it was just a phase, something natural after so many years together. They tried many times to reignite the flame. Romantic dinners, trips, unexpected gifts. But deep down, Emma knew that wasn't what was missing. It wasn't something that could be bought or planned. It was something deeper, something she could hardly define. And this doubt, this unease started to grow within her, creating an invisible distance between them. Then, on an ordinary night, while John was reading the paper on the couch and Emma was gazing out the window, an unusual idea began to take shape in her mind. It was something she never imagined she would say out loud, but at the same time, she felt it might be the key to understanding what was really happening between them. She needed something new, something that would pull her out of the routine that was suffocating her. And maybe, this could help John rediscover what truly mattered to both of them. Emma's heart raced as she pondered how to bring up the subject. But more than that, she feared how John would react. She knew it was a risky proposition, something that could change everything forever. But deep down, she believed that to find what they had lost, they would need to face this challenge together, no matter how painful it might be. Emma knew that the conversation she was about to have with John would change everything. Her hands were sweating, and her heart was pounding. She rehearsed what she would say several times, but nothing seemed enough. How could she explain to the man who loved her, and whom she still loved, that she wanted to try something so out of the ordinary? How could she ask for something that sounded so selfish and at the same time, so necessary for her? It was a quiet night, like so many others. The silence between them was comfortable, but charged with an invisible tension, a sense that something was about to happen. John, always observant, noticed that Emma was restless. He closed the paper, shifting his attention to her, waiting for her to break the silence, as she usually did when something was bothering her. Emma took a deep breath, gathering all the courage she had. She sat next to John but didn't look him in the eyes immediately. Instead, she focused on her intertwined hands, as if seeking strength there, in that simple gesture. "John, I've been thinking a lot about us," she began, her voice almost faltering. "I feel like something's been lost over the years. It's not that I don't love you, because I do. But I don't know, I feel like we need something to break this routine, to reignite what we once had." John frowned, confused. "What do you mean, Emma? We've been trying, haven't we? The dinners, the trips. I thought we were doing well." She finally raised her eyes, looking at him with a mixture of pain and determination. "Yes, we've tried. But it wasn't enough, John. I think I need something more. Something we've never imagined before. I want to try seeing other people, other men." The impact of her words hit John like a punch in the gut. He blinked, unable to believe what he had just heard. His mind raced to understand, to process what Emma was asking. "You're saying you want to be with other men? While we're still married?" His voice was low, almost a whisper, as if speaking the words out loud would make them more real. Emma nodded, and this time, she didn't look away. I know it sounds crazy, John. But I feel like I need this to understand what we still have, to maybe rediscover that spark we lost. It's not about leaving you or betraying you. It's about finding out if we can fall in love with each other again. John felt a mix of emotions he had never experienced before. There was pain, fear, anger, but also a strange understanding. He knew Emma wasn't an impulsive woman. If she was proposing something so drastic, it was because she felt there was no other way. This could destroy us, Emma, he said, his voice choked. It could ruin what we still have. Or it could save us, she replied softly. It could be exactly what we need to figure out what we really want. Those words hung in the air between them, heavy and full of meaning. John felt the weight of the decision he would have to make. He loved her, but could he love her enough to let her do something like this? Could he bear the thought of seeing her with another man, hoping it would bring them back together? And so, that night, without any clear answers, John slowly nodded, still in shock, agreeing to Emma's request, though not fully understanding what it would mean for the two of them. In the days following the devastating conversation, John found himself on an emotional roller coaster unlike anything he had ever faced before. The initial shock gave way to a mix of conflicting feelings that seemed to change with every hour of the day. The love he felt for Emma was still real and deep, but now it was intertwined with a pain he didn't know how to handle. The day-to-day, once full of familiar routines, became a strange, unexplored territory. John felt like he was walking a tightrope, trying to balance between the desire to see Emma happy and the visceral fear that this experience might destroy them for good. The decision to let Emma see other men tormented him, but he didn't know how to take it back, how to undo what had already been accepted. He constantly wondered what she was doing when she wasn't home. Was she meeting someone? Was she discovering a new passion that he couldn't offer? These questions echoed in his mind, each one like a dagger to his heart. He couldn't ask her directly because he knew it would only bring more pain. Yet the uncertainty was eating him alive. And then, there were the lonely nights. Those moments when John was alone in the house he and Emma had shared for so many years. He would sit on the couch, the same one where they had that fateful conversation, and the silence around him was almost deafening. He tried to occupy his mind with work, with books, with anything that could distract him. But inevitably his thoughts would return to Emma. One day, after another restless night, John decided he needed a new perspective. He knew he couldn't keep living like this, drowning in insecurities and doubts. He needed to find a way to deal with it, to face the situation with some dignity. It was then that he made an unexpected decision. He would start going out alone, meeting people, rediscovering himself. If Emma was exploring new horizons, maybe he should too. This decision wasn't easy. John had always seen himself as a reserved, dedicated man, someone who valued stability above all else. But now, he was at a point where that stability no longer existed, and he needed to learn how to navigate these turbulent waters. The first time he went out alone was a challenge. He felt out of place, as if he was betraying himself. But over time, he began to realize that there was more to this experience than he had imagined. He met new people, had deep conversations that made him reflect on his life, on what he really wanted. And slowly, John began to rediscover himself. This journey of self-discovery wasn't something he had planned, but he began to see it as an opportunity. He realized that in rediscovering himself, he was also rediscovering aspects of his relationship with Emma. Perhaps, for both of them to find each other again, they first needed to lose themselves. Each encounter, each new experience brought a small revelation. John began to see that the insecurities that haunted him were tied not only to the fear of losing Emma but to the fear of facing his own truths. And as he confronted those truths, something curious began to happen. The anger and fear he felt started to give way to a deeper understanding of what it really meant to love. The emotional roller coaster wasn't over, but John began to understand that love wasn't something static, something that could simply be kept in a safe box. Love, he realized, was a journey, with ups and downs, and maybe, just maybe, this journey was taking them to a place they had never imagined. Emma's first steps into unknown territory were marked by a mix of excitement and uncertainty. She didn't know exactly what she expected to find by allowing herself to explore new encounters, but she believed, somehow, that it could reignite the spark that was missing in her marriage. However, what she found was much more complex and, in a way, disturbing. The first date was with a man Emma met through mutual friends. He was charming, attentive, and everything seemed to be going well, but during dinner, Emma found herself thinking about John. Every smile she exchanged, every word that came out of her mouth was accompanied by the shadow of the man waiting for her at home. No matter how hard she tried to immerse herself in the moment, there was a part of her that refused to forget what she had left behind. That night, when she returned home, Emma felt strangely empty. The date, which should have been exciting and invigorating, brought only an emptiness she hadn't expected. John was home, his expression concerned, but he didn't ask how it had gone. They barely talked, and Emma felt a barrier between them that had never been there before. It was at that moment that she began to question whether what she had asked for was really the solution to their problems. But Emma didn't give up so easily. There were other dates, other men. Each with their peculiarities, each experience bringing something new. However, in all these moments, John's presence was inescapable. She unconsciously compared every man to him, and none seemed to measure up to what John meant to her. These encounters began to lose their luster, and, instead of reigniting the lost passion, they seemed to sink her deeper into a confusion of feelings. Emma realized that what she was really searching for wasn't in the people she met, but in something much deeper within herself. She began to see that the missing spark wasn't something that could be found in another person, but something that she and John needed to rediscover together. And the further she strayed, the more she missed him, the little things she had once taken for granted, the way he looked at her, how he understood her without words. Meanwhile, John, observing from a distance, began to notice the subtle changes in Emma. She seemed more distant with each passing day, but there was also a melancholy in her eyes, as if she was lost on a path she didn't know how to navigate. And it hurt him deeply. The decision he had made to let her go down this path was beginning to seem like a mistake, but he knew there was no turning back. Slowly, they both began to realize that these encounters outside their marriage weren't the answer they were looking for. The emptiness Emma felt after each date made her reflect on the true value of the relationship she had built with John. And John, in turn, began to understand that their love didn't depend on outside adventures, but on an internal reconnection, something only they could resolve together. The dates continued for a while, but eventually, Emma realized that she was only drifting further away from what really mattered. She knew she would have to make a decision, but she wasn't ready to face what it meant just yet. There was a turning point on the horizon, something that could change everything, but for now, Emma was caught between what she had lost and what she hoped to find. While Emma continued to explore these new encounters, John delved deeper into his own journey of self-discovery. Accepting Emma's request, which initially seemed like an act of love, quickly turned into an intense internal battle, forcing John to reevaluate not just his marriage, but his own identity and the foundations of his beliefs about love and fidelity. John began to notice nuances in his own feelings that he had never explored before. Each passing day confronted him with new emotions that challenged his preconceived ideas about what it meant to be a husband, about what it meant to truly love someone. He had spent so many years believing that marriage was a solid and unbreakable partnership, based on exclusivity and mutual commitment. But now, with Emma seeing other men, he wondered if those ideas still applied. What surprised him the most was how these experiences forced him to look inside himself. He began to realize that, over the years, he had built a version of himself that was closely tied to his identity as Emma's husband. He was the man who protected her, who loved her, who made sure everything was okay. But now, with this new dynamic, he was forced to ask himself, who was John outside of that role? Who was he, independent of Emma? These reflections began to open doors to even deeper questions. John realized that maybe the loss of the spark in their relationship wasn't just the fault of routine or a lack of passion, but a more fundamental disconnection, a disconnection from himself. He had settled into a version of himself that didn't challenge him, that didn't make him grow, and that perhaps, in a way, was contributing to the monotony that had settled between them. In a moment of introspection, John remembered what he was like at the beginning of the relationship, before marriage became a series of commitments and responsibilities. He remembered the adventurous, curious, and passionate man who had won Emma's heart. And as he revisited those memories, he began to realize that he had let an essential part of himself fall asleep over the years. It was during a lonely night, sitting in the darkened living room, that John had an important revelation. If he wanted his relationship with Emma to survive, he would first need to rediscover himself. He needed to confront his insecurities, his fears, and above all, rediscover the man who had been left behind. He knew this was a journey he would have to take alone, but he was willing to do it, not just for himself, but also for Emma, and for the love they still shared. Over the weeks, as Emma explored new relationships, John began to explore himself. He returned to hobbies he had abandoned, began to allow himself to try new things, and most importantly, started talking to people who helped him see the world in different ways. These experiences, far from distancing him from Emma, began to bring him closer to her in ways he hadn't expected. He realized that loving someone wasn't just about being physically present, but about being emotionally available and connected. And that connection, he began to understand, would only be possible if he was at peace with himself. The nuances of his feelings, once ignored or repressed, now became guides for his own journey of self-discovery. But as John delved deeper into this process, he began to realize something even more important. The true test of love and trust wasn't in keeping Emma close at all costs, but in allowing both of them to rediscover themselves, even if it meant facing fears and uncertainties. And in that rediscovery, he began to find a new meaning in the love they shared. As Emma ventured further into her experiences, a truth began to reveal itself in her heart. All the dates, flirtations, and new connections she had sought didn't bring the satisfaction she had expected. Instead, these experiences only highlighted what really mattered to her. It wasn't the excitement of something new she desired, but the depth and comfort of a love that had been built over years. And that love, she now knew, couldn't be replaced. What started as an attempt to reignite the lost passion turned into a painful, but necessary, journey of self-discovery. Emma realized that the true spark that was missing couldn't be found outside the marriage but within it, in the things they had both forgotten to value. She missed the long, deep conversations they used to have, the silent understanding that existed between them, the little kindnesses that were an integral part of their life together. These things, which had seemed insignificant at first, now seemed precious. One night, while she was on a date that should have been exciting, Emma had a moment of clarity. She realized, with painful clarity, that she was just trying to fill a void with something that didn't fit. And the worst part was that in trying to fill that void, she was moving further away from what really mattered. Emma looked at the man in front of her, but in her mind she could only think of John, how much he understood her, how much they had built together, and how, despite everything, he was still her safe harbor. The emptiness she felt when she returned home that night was overwhelming. It wasn't just the absence of a connection with the men she had met, but the growing realization that she was about to lose something irreplaceable. And that realization hit her hard. Emma knew she needed to do something before it was too late. When she walked into the house, she found John in the living room, looking thoughtfully at an old photograph of the two of them, taken early in their relationship. He looked at her, and Emma saw the sadness in his eyes, a sadness that reflected her own. Without saying a word, she approached and sat beside him. They both sat in silence for a moment, as if trying to find the right words. Finally, Emma broke the silence, her voice low and full of emotion. "John, I thought I needed to look outside of what we have to understand what we had lost between us. But I realized that everything I really want, everything I really need, is right here, with you. I'm sorry for everything." John looked at her, and at that moment, he realized that Emma had found what she was looking for, not in other men, but in her own heart. He knew she had made a long journey back, and in a way, so had he. They had both gone on parallel journeys, but now they were ready to meet again. The transformed love that Emma and John began to rebuild from that moment was different from the love they had shared in the past. It was no longer a love based on expectations or routines, but a love that had been tested and, in a way, renewed. They learned that true love isn't just about passion or excitement, but about a deep and unbreakable connection, built on trust, respect, and above all, mutual understanding. That night, as they sat together in silence, they both realized they had found the spark they had lost, not in adventures outside the marriage, but in the rediscovery of who they were as individuals and as a couple. And that, more than anything else, was what really mattered. As Emma and John continued to rebuild their relationship, something unexpected began to blossom between them. The love they thought they had lost not only returned but returned with a depth and intensity they had never experienced before. The painful experiences and difficult choices had led them to a place of greater understanding and connection, where they both rediscovered themselves and the love they shared. One day, Emma and John decided to revisit a special place for them, a park where they used to walk in the early days of their relationship. Walking hand in hand along the same paths they had walked years before, they realized how much they had changed. What had once been a simple walk now felt like a symbol of everything they had overcome together. As they watched a group of children playing in the distance, Emma, moved, turned to John. "I never thought we would go through all this," she said, her voice filled with emotion. "But now, looking at us, I see that maybe we needed to go through this to understand how strong our love really is." John smiled, squeezing her hand. "It was hard, and there were moments when I thought we wouldn't make it. But I think this has shown us how much we're willing to fight for what we have." Suddenly, a young woman approached them, smiling shyly. "I'm sorry to interrupt," she began, "but you make such a beautiful couple. It's inspiring to see the love you have for each other." Emma and John looked at each other, surprised, but grateful for the comment. The young woman continued, "I'm going through a tough time in my relationship, and seeing you together gives me hope. How have you managed to keep the love alive for so long?" John took a deep breath before responding, looking deeply into Emma's eyes. "We almost lost it," he admitted, not hiding the truth. "We went through a time when we thought everything was over. But what brought us back was the willingness to understand, to communicate, and to never give up on each other. Love isn't easy, but when you're willing to face the challenges together, it becomes unbreakable." The young woman smiled again, thanking them for their wise words before saying goodbye and leaving Emma and John alone once more. They continued walking in silence, but they didn't need words to express what they were feeling. That moment, the exchange with the young woman, was a confirmation of what they both already knew: the love they had rebuilt was stronger than ever. But, as life always has surprises in store, it was the following night that the definitive proof of their transformed love hit them. As Emma was getting ready for bed, John called her into the living room, holding a simple envelope, but heavy with meaning. Inside was a letter Emma had written to him years ago, but he had only recently found it, hidden in a forgotten drawer. In the letter, Emma expressed all the fears and insecurities she had felt at the beginning of their marriage, but also the unwavering hope and love she had for John. As they read those old words, they both realized how much they had grown and changed, but at the same time, how much that love, which had begun so simply, was still the foundation of everything. John looked at Emma, tears in his eyes. "I want you to know that no matter what happens, you'll always be the love of my life. And nothing, not even our doubts and mistakes, can change that." Emma, also emotional, smiled through her tears. "I never doubted that, John. And now, after everything we've been through, I'm sure we'll never be truly lost as long as we're together." And so, without grand gestures or declarations, but with a deep and mutual understanding, Emma and John sealed the most important chapter of their lives. What began as a journey of separation and discovery culminated in a reunion stronger and truer than they could have ever imagined. The end of that journey wasn't just the reunion of a couple, but the proof that true love, when challenged, can emerge stronger than ever. And as they ended that night, lying side by side, Emma and John knew that, no matter what the future held, they were ready to face it together.
How do you feel about the OP story? We appreciate you joining us for yet another compelling story where justice is the main focus. So that you don't miss our next story, remember to subscribe. Everyone deserves honesty and loyalty in their relationships. Stay tuned for more captivating stories, but keep in mind that viewers should exercise caution as these stories may include mature subjects.